Hi, hello everyone. Today, welcome back to my class. Before starting the class, let's have a thought for the day. The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. Obviously, now the situation is very tough. In this tough situation, everyone are studying or learning. Everything is going digitalized. It is little bit a bitter taste for us to face this situation. The situation is creating, but still we have not stopped learning. Is it right? So we are learning. We are trying to help you out in teaching you, as well as you also watching many videos and trying to learn the things. It may be the situation is maybe bitterness is creating bitterness in our life, but later as a result you will be gaining lot of knowledge. As a result you will gain a lot of result which will lead your life to sweetness. So hope this bitter time we have to face it, and we are going to be strong and learn the things, and later which will leads to the sweeter life in future. Okay, now let's start with our class. Today I am going to teach you the forfeited shares journal entries along with issue of shares at premium. In the previous session I have explained you about issue at par, issue of shares at par. Now I am going to explain you issue of shares at premium, and this type of problems are more important from your exam point. They'll be asking based on the premium problems, and which includes forfeited shares as well as reissue of shares. So let's start with this problem. Okay, so the question is here: XYZ Company Limited issued 30,000 equity shares of ₹10 each at a premium of ₹1 per share to the public. The amount payable was as follows: ₹2 on application, ₹2 on allotment including premium, ₹4 on first and final call. All shares were subscribed and the money duly received except the first and final call on 2,000 shares. The directors forfeited these shares and reissued them as fully paid up at ₹8 per share. Pass the journal entries. Now, as I told you in the previous sessions, I have explained you there are three types of issuing the shares. It is at par, at premium, at discount. These are the three ways. In three different ways they can issue the shares. At par means the shares are issued at the market price, that is the issued at the face value. Whatever the face value is there at current in the market value, the same price they are issuing. If it comes to the premium, more than the face value they are going to sell the share. That means more than the market price the share value will be allotted. Next comes discount. Discount means issuing the shares lesser than the market value. Okay, lesser than the market value. Now last class I have taught you about this at par. Now we are going to learn at premium. Now how do you identify that premium in your problem? So it's always a premium will be included in allotment stage. You have to remember, always the premium will be included in allotment stage. And you can see 30,000 of equity shares were issued at ₹10 each. So 10 each here, this is the actual face value of the share. At a premium of ₹1, they are including ₹1 as their premium. Now as before I have told you, if you add all the three stages amount, it should be equal to the face value or the share value. So now the share value is ₹10. If you add these three stages, 2 plus 5, 7, 7 plus 4, it is 11. You are not getting ₹10, you are getting ₹11, which includes premium. So 10 rupees is the face value plus the premium 1 rupee. If you add, it is 11 rupees total. So if you add these three stages, application, allotment and first and final call, if you add all these three amounts, you are getting 11 rupees. But the actual face value is 10, that you should remember. Okay. And next, the premium that they are charging is 1 rupee. Okay, which is included in, see they have given included premium, which is included in allotment. So we should find out what is the actual allotment price. Now application is 2 rupees. First and final call is 4 rupees. 4 plus 2, 6. So 6 minus 10, that is actual share value is 10 rupees. Out of this 10 rupees, application is 2. First and final call is 4. Remaining is how much? 4 rupees. So actual allotment price is 4 rupees. You should identify this first. Calculate this. Actual allotment price is 4 rupees. Plus the premium is included. Premium is included. So all together it has come to 5 rupees. It has come to 5 rupees. This is very much needed because when we are passing the journal entry, when we are calculating the share premium, you have to show this entry. Calculation should be shown. So I am teaching you once again. And the total value of the share, that is the face value of the share, should be equal to all the three stages value. That is what I have explained you in the previous session. When you add all these three amount, it should be equal to the share value. But here, since it is premium more than the face value they are issuing. Okay. So what is the premium amount? 1 rupee is the extra amount that they are charging. So when you add all this, it will come up to 11 rupees. Okay. So premium is included in allotment. Including premium, the allotment charges is 5 rupees. If you exclude premium, you will get the actual allotment price. How do you exclude? What is the premium amount? They have given 1 rupee. This 5 rupee minus 1 rupee, if you do, you can get the actual price. Actual price of allotment, you can find it out. Or else, you can also add application and final call amount together minus with the share value. Each share value, you will get the actual allotment money. So that is what I have done here. The face value, actual share value is 10 rupee. The premium is 1 rupee. Okay. So if you add application and final call amount, 2 plus 4, it is 6. So 10 minus 6, it is 4. So 4 rupees is the actual amount of allotment. Plus including 1 rupee as premium, it comes to 5 rupees. This is what the calculation you should learn. Okay. Now let's pass on to the journal entries. So in the books of journal entries in the books of XYZ Company Limited, this is a format starting with the application stage. So application, we are receiving the money. Start with the bank account, debtor to, in this problem they have clearly mentioned it is a equity share. So we will be writing to equity share application account. Equity share application account. Narration being application money received. So how do you calculate this? The total number of shares that they have issued is 30,000. Okay. Into the application amount charges is 2 rupees. So 30,000 into 2, it comes to 60,000. So 60,000 is the total application money that they have received. Okay. So draw the line, a line after each entry to have a good paper presentation. Okay. And next, moving on to the next entry, transfer of application money. So equity share application equity share application account debtor to equity share capital account. So we are transferring to share capital account. Narration being application money transferred to share capital account, So same amount here also, 30,000 into 2, it comes to 60,000. I'm just to differentiate the narration, I'm writing in a different color pen so that it will be easy for you to understand. Okay. Next, once the application stage is completed, moving on to the allotment stage, where we have to show the premium entry here. Okay, we are going to show the premium entry here. So equity share allotment account debtor to equity share capital account to security premium account credit. Okay, so this is the extra entry that we are showing for the premium. Security premium entry I have credited because see, they are gaining more than the market price, more than the face value they are selling the share. Obviously it is a gain or it is a form of extra income. The extra income is nothing but the gain. Is it right? The profits. They are earning little more profits in this. So what is the income and gain rules, accounting rules in income and gain? Whenever the gains or income is increasing, increase in incomes or gains, it will be credited. So obviously here the security premium is increasing the value, increasing the gains of the company. So this account will be credited. You can apply the rules of accounting. Income and gains rules says that when incomes and gains are increasing, it will be credited. So here the security account is credited. Okay. Narration for this being share allotment money due including premium. So allotment money is due, which includes the premium also. Okay, so how do you calculate this? Please look here. So actually it is 30,000 shares they are issued. So into what is the share allotment amount is, the total share allotment amount that they are charging is 5 rupees. Okay, in that 5 rupees, what is the actual premium amount on this 30,000? Premium is 1 rupee. And again for this share capital account, they are going to charge only the actual share allotment money, that is 4 rupees. That is 4 rupees. They are going to charge only 4 rupees on the 30,000 to the share capital account. So when they are transferring to the share capital account, what will be the actual amount of allotment, only that will be considered. See here, one account is debited, the two accounts are credited here. Okay, the one account which is allotment account which is debited, here total allotment charge is 5 rupees that they are calculating. And coming to the credited accounts, so what is the premium? Equity share premium is 1 rupee, so multiply by 1 for 30,000 shares. So 5 minus 1, you will get 4. So actual price of allotment is 4 rupees. That is what I have taught you how to calculate here. we are going to calculate the actual allotment price for this sale. So for here we will be knowing that what will be the actual allotment price. For that we have to, only that amount we need to transfer to the share capital account. That is what we have to do the calculation here. Okay, so 30,000 into 5, you will be getting 1,50,000. Fine. And here 30,000 into 1, it is 30,000. And here 30,000 into 4 rupees, you will get 1,20,000. So 1,20,000 plus 30,000, total you will get 1,50,000. Both debit side and credit side is tallied. It has to tally for each entry, it is important. Okay, so calculation is also very, very important to know. In this stage, the same entry in the previous problem also we have passed the same entry. Only this security premium is the extra entry that we are showing here. Okay, only this part you have to learn and the calculation. Okay, the next, moving on to the next one, we are receiving the allotment money. Receiving the allotment money. So when we are receiving, that is the fourth entry, bank account, debtor to equity share allotment account. Allotment account. So narration for this being allotment money received. Allotment money received, including premium. Even the premium amount is been received here. Okay, so 30,000 shares into 5 rupees is the allotment. So you will be getting 1,50,000. Both the side 1,50,000. 1,50,000, 1,50,000. Okay. Next, moving on to the next stage, that is first and final call entry. So next one is first and final call entry. Equity share first and final call account debtor to equity share capital account. Equity share capital account. Narration for this being first and final call money due. Okay, so calculation here, 30,000 shares into the final call amount is 4 rupees. 30,000 shares into final call amount is 4 rupees. You will be getting 1,20,000. 1,20,000 both the side. Okay, the next entry will be for the first and final call money received. So they have clearly mentioned in this problem saying except 2,000 shares, all the except first and final call on 2,000 shares. So out of this 30,000, 2,000 shares were not paid in first and final call. Remaining shareholders, they have paid. Okay, so for that we have to create the calls in arrears. So bank account debtor calls in arrears. Calls in arrears account debtor to equity share first and final call account. Narration for this being first and final call money received. Now look at the calculation. This is very important. So you are not receiving totally on 30,000. Out of 30,000, 2,000 shares which are not paid. So that 2,000 which is not paid, that is comes to the calls in arrears. So on 2,000 shares, the first and final call money was not paid. Okay, out of 30,000, so 30,000 is the share amount, means the total number of shares, and the first and final call amount was 4 rupees. Okay, that is what I have written here. In this 30,000, 2,000 shares amount was not paid. That becomes calls in arrears. Okay, so 30,000 minus 2,000, the remaining shares are 28,000 shares. So 28,000 shares amount has been paid into first and final call. See, all this is first and final call amount is 4 rupees. That is what I have taken. Okay, so 28,000 into 4, 1,12,000. Okay, this is the amount received. 2,000 into 4, it is 8,000. Both the account is debited, so I am writing in the debit column. Okay, next coming to 30,000 into 4, the same amount, 1,20,000. Add these two, you will get 1,20,000 only. Both the account which is debited, if you add these two, it should be equal to the credit column amount. Okay, so once again I am telling you, the total number of shares is 30,000 into 4 rupees for first and final call amount. Okay, in this 30,000, 2,000 shares amount was not paid. So which is not paid, that becomes calls in arrears. Which is paid now? The remaining shares, that is 28,000. 30,000 minus 2,000, you will get 28,000. So 28,000 they have received amount. So 28,000 shares into 4 rupees, 1,12,000, which is received. This is not received, and total amount. Okay, so this will be your 6th entry for receiving the final call amount. After this, now we are dealing with the calls in arrears, and we are going to do the forfeited. So this 2,000 shares should be forfeited. They have given clearly here in the question. Directors forfeited these shares and reissued. Is it right? So we have to forfeit the account now. That is the 7th entry. Equity share capital account. Equity share capital account. Debtor to forfeited shares account to calls in arrears. To calls in arrears account. For this narration being, how many shares were forfeited? That is 2,000 shares. So 2,000 shares forfeited for non-payment of call money. Non-payment of call money. Okay, so what is from here? When we are forfeiting, we need to calculate on only the forfeited shares, the number of shares which is not paid. Don't take the total number of shares 30,000. We should calculate on 2,000 shares. Only 2,000 shares amount is not paid, right? So I am taking only 2,000 shares. We have to take it here. So the calls in arrears 2,000 into 4. The first and final call amount is 4 rupees only. Okay. Now here, when it comes to the share capital account, 2,000 into, it should be 10 rupees. The face value of the share we are going to take it here. Now how do you calculate the forfeited shares amount? I have told you clearly in the previous videos. The forfeited shares amount is nothing but add application and allotment account money. So here when you add application 2 rupees plus allotment money, here it is 5 including premium. So you should not take including premium. We should take only the actual allotment amount. So actual allotment is 4 rupees. So 4 rupees plus 2, it comes to 6. When you are calculating the forfeited shares here, you need to take application plus allotment money. That is important. When you are considering the allotment amount, since it is the premium problem, it is a premium, included premium is there in allotment, you should remove the premium amount. Only the actual amount of allotment we have to consider when we are adding to the forfeited shares amount. When we are calculating forfeited shares, add application amount plus allotment amount, and you will be getting 6. Okay, see, if application amount is 2, allotment amount is actual amount we have to take. You should not take including premium. If you take 2 plus 5, it comes to 7. That is wrong. We should not include premium when we are forfeiting. When we are forfeiting, when we are cancelling, the premium amount will not be considered. Only the face value will be considered. So we have to take the actual allotment price. That is what we have calculated here. Initially I have told you how to calculate the actual allotment price. So actual allotment price is 4 rupees. 4 rupees plus 2 rupees application money, it is 6. So here forfeited share value will be 6 rupees per share. Or else you can calculate this also. 10 rupees the face value minus first and final call amount 4 rupees, you will get 6. That also you can do. But logically you should have to know this application plus allotment. You can find out the forfeited share value. Okay. So calculate for this. 2000 into 10, 20,000, which is debited. And next comes in the credit side, 2000 into 6, it is 12,000, and 2000 into 4, it is 8,000. So total forfeited value the company is having is 12,000, and the calls in arrears which they didn't receive is 8,000. Okay. Now after forfeiting, we are going to reissue the shares. So for reissuing the shares, we have to pass the entry: bank account, debtor, forfeited shares account, debtor, to equity share capital account. Okay. For this narration, being reissue of forfeited shares. Reissue of forfeited shares. Now at what price they have reissued? We need to calculate only for 2,000 shares. Okay. Again, don't get confused. Don't take 30,000 total number of shares. Only those which is forfeited, only that amount we need to consider. So they are reissuing at 8 rupees. So actual face value is 10 rupees. So whenever you calculate for share capital account, we will be calculating for 10 rupees. The face value. The face value of the share is 10 rupees. And the forfeited shares are reissued at 8 rupees. 10 minus 8, 2 rupees will be the forfeited shares which they want us to adjust it. Okay. So 2000 into 8, 16,000. 2000 into 2, it is 4,000. 2000 into 10, 20,000. So here credit column is 20,000. Debit column you have 16,000. After reissuing, they are gaining 16,000. And forfeited amount is 4,000, that they are going to do the adjustment in the next entry. Okay. So once the reissuing of shares is done, the forfeited remaining value we have to transfer to the capital reserves. That is the 9th entry. Forfeited equity shares forfeited equity shares account debtor to capital reserves. Narration: being forfeited shares transferred to capital reserves after reissue of shares. Now how do you calculate this? I've told you before also. So first entry for the forfeited shares, what is the amount we received here? The total application plus allotment money is 12,000. So 12,000 minus here what is the amount they have to adjust the forfeited amount, forfeited column 4,000. Okay, so 12,000 minus 4,000, it is 8,000. So final amount that they are transferring to the capital reserves is 8,000. Okay, so this is all about the issue of shares at premium. So after issuing, if they have forfeited shares, how do they calculate? Once again I'll tell you, here the premium problem, issue of shares at premium they are doing. So premium is 1 rupee. The face value of share, each share is 10 rupees. Okay, and application amount is 2, allotment amount is 5 with the premium. This is okay, with the premium. Okay, and next call, first and final call amount is 4. So when you add all this, you will get 11 rupees. So here you need to calculate the actual allotment. Actual allotment price will be 4. 2 plus 5 plus 4, it's 11. But when you add all this, you should get the face value, total of face value. Okay, so face value is 10. 10 plus 1 premium, it's obviously 11 rupees. So in premium, it's included in allotment. 1 rupee if you minus 5 minus 1, 4. That is the actual allotment price, where this amount should be shown in the premium calculation. This entry, third entry, you have to show what is the actual allotment price. As well as when you are forfeiting the shares and add the application and allotment price, you need to take application plus actual allotment price. That is very, very important. So please see the calculation in the third entry. It's very important, which is related to allotment stage, as well as in the stage where we are going to do the forfeited shares. For the forfeited shares, how we are going to pass the entry. Calculation of amount is very important. Okay, hope you understood with these calculations. Kindly practice. Any doubts, you can let me know in the comment box. Okay, thank you so much. Have a nice day.